The brother of the Las Vegas
Over the past 2 days, alternative websites are swarming with rumors about the Las Vegas shooter being a gun runner covert FBI agent caught in some disastrous operation involving Muslim terrorists, which sounds like a diversion, due the amount of occult symbolism and mystic numbers suggesting that that massacre was a satanic Illuminati ritual. But the latest interview with his brother Eric suggests that Stephen Paddock was not only a covert operative, but also that whoever died in that room was not him, meaning that he might as well still be alive.
Thank you. With an update that I didn't have because I took my mom. I mean, he's the reason I was able to retire. 3 years ago when I got really burnt out doing the job I did. I mean, this is the Steve we know, we knew. This crying thing is not my normal gig, okay? People can't seem to cope with that either, but Steve was a highly intelligent, highly successful person. Him getting on a plane and flying somewhere is like you going to Publix. I mean, it's something he just does every week.
You use the phrase evil genius. Do you think that he was?
I'm sorry. I mean, that's the thing I shouldn't have said. But that's what people are, I mean, that he's this, you know. But he's a highly intelligent, there's absolutely no, and this is the other part that I want to stress with this, that it doesn't matter that they won't chase people, but people are saying, oh, you must have had help. Steve had no help. Steve didn't take help. It did not take a village for Steve. Steve was I'm sorry. Please don't. I'm using a colloquial, I was about to use a colloquial term that would besmudge one of the armed forces. Steve was a standalone guy. Okay? Steve...
So we just heard this guy who definitely cannot speak of his brother in the past tense, and he goes that way during the whole interview. But one may say, well, it's just natural because he can't come to terms with his brother's death. Okay, fair enough, but then he says, quote unquote, this crying gig is not my thing. What does he even mean by that? Is he acting? Is he a crisis actor? But what definitely stands out is when he interrupts himself before saying a word that started to sound like arms dealer. Or some may say army of one, but could be anything ranging from army's office to army's operative, or anything else that could blow his brother's cover. As for the possibility of someone else having died in that room, the idea doesn't sound so far-fetched, if you take a look at their picture released by mainstream media, and realize that he not only doesn't have birthmarks on his neck, unlike the dead guy on the floor, but also their earlobes and nose tip are different. The graphic nature of the image prevents me from showing the comparison between their noses though. Now, considering the fact that decoy dead bodies are fundamental basics in the playbook of any government agency in the business of killing people and wrecking society, what gives?